You know what it is, man. Right here, brother. Holla. Young and fresh. Fresh in the air. Young and rich. But they're fresh, too.
That's a lot of fresh. Fresh in the
What's
air.
up? Yo, thank you for coming out. Give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Young and rich. Thank you for coming out, guys. That's what's up. I was feeling that energy on that one, wow.
Yeah, I like the energy.
Right? We're rocking it tonight. All right, that's what it's all about. These guys
Well, I like to give
a
I'd like to give a special shout out to my man Big H right here on the camera. He's on this grind for real. He's I should be interviewing you. Give me that camera so he can interview you because he has a DVD out, Heavy in the Streets. You it now. Give him the microphone so he can, you know, give him your microphone.
Right.
See? You see that? Bring that up here. Bring that up here.
Shout out to all of y'all showing up.
Bring that up.
Y'all, this is In the Streets TV. Shout out to Frankie Bones. Keep the moves moving.
This man definitely be on his grind. He be following me everywhere. I'll be in the dungeon and he'll be there.
He's not in the street. He's in the streets.
In the streets, for real. So definitely check out his DVD. You need to get his number because he's a crazy videographer. Just like my photographer, he's somewhere around here. Tracy from Nazi Studio. Yeah, if you need pics, you need cards, you need whatever, that man can do it for you in a professional way. So y'all need to get his number too. Because the press kit is very important.
It's all about presentation.
Presentation.
So how you guys feel? Great. All right.
I feel like I'm in kindergarten.
Yeah, all right. We're having fun.
Bringing me back.
It's all about the mindset. That's what we started off the show talking about the mindset. And you know what? I'm feeling it tonight. And you know, everybody does showcases. Everybody does open mics. You got a loud stereo system. You come up here, you shout out your MySpace, your Facebook and stuff real quick. Go right into your song and you bounce. Well, we want to take it to the next level. We want to try and get to know you people better. Okay? We want to try and find out a little bit more about you. But right now, I'm going to put to the stage former New York State Assemblyman from El Barrio, accomplished screenplay writer and director of his own film, Vote For Me. And you can check that out at voteformethemovie.com. Ladies and gentlemen, to the stage. Listen up. You can learn a lot from this guy about what it takes to be on the grind. Ladies and gentlemen, Nelson A. Dennis. All right. Good. Thank you. Thank you for coming out.
It's a pleasure to be here. There's something I remember that I want to reiterate, something that DJ Bilal said, and it was true 25 years ago, and the proof of it is what's happened in the following 25 years. What I'm going to talk about is someone that DJ Bilal knows, is Reggie and Warrington Hudlin.
Yes, right? Exactly. Reggie and Warrington.
Reggie and Warrington Hudlin were the directors of House Party, of the movie. Right? With that Martin Lawrence and Kid and Play were in. Now, back in 1986, Reggie and Warrington Hudlin were Reggie and Warrington.
Right.
And they started something called the Black Filmmakers Foundation.
Exactly, right? Which I was in.
Right, the BFF. Now, they caught on to something. There was nobody before them. There was Spike, and She Gotta Have It, Robert Townsend, Hollywood Shuffle.
Right.
But they knew that there was a movement. They saw there was a niche there. They saw they had a dream. There's something about them. They had an opportunity. They went to Yale, and they got to do their senior thesis was making a little film. It was a demo film, like 15, 20 minutes for House Party. But the thing that really put them over was that they started the Black Filmmaker Foundation. And that made that, even the name was brilliant, because you suddenly, you know, that sounded like something like from the National Endowment of the Arts.
Right, exactly.
It was Reggie and Warrington. And they got together, but they put themselves in the center of what was going on. And once Spike broke out, the She's Gotta Have It and everything, then came up Robert Townsend with his credit card. Yep. Things just picked up, and Reggie and Warrington were in the middle of it. And they got identified and they got the funding, and they got to make the house party and a couple of movies with Eddie Murphy, is because they just knew it. They knew I used to go to a few National Endowment Yard, NISCA, NYCHA, all these different, and Reggie and Warrington always there. They had their business cards, but they came correct. They just knew how to work with crowds. They were artists and they were politicians, better than me. So, and I'm not taking anything away from them, but I'm just suggesting, and I'm saying that the networking part is very powerful. And what we don't realize today, I start, now that I'm older, I'm dating, I'm in my 50s, but I realize all the opportunities and all the people that I met, that I needed to listen to them. Not, if I keep talking, well, I'm not learning a thing, because it's just me. But when I listen carefully and see what's inside them and work in like a real cooperative way, even though we might be looking for the same thing and rushing in the same direction, we can build each other up together. And so I just want to put, shout out, and I say that that's a very profound thing, the networking, once it comes from the soul, not looking to get an advantage, but to see how we can help each other, you can make a lot of things happen. And I just want to give that a lot of credit.
It's crazy that you know that story too, because Andre Arell and Russell Simmons, they always, it's funny, we used to be at the parties and stuff, and they'll be in their little corner back up in here, I'm going to make a movie, how am I going to do it? And when Andre met Reggie and Warrington, Heavy D and the boys, us, he put us all in the Black Filmmakers Organization together with Vanessa and Quist. If y'all remember, in the movie, the two girls' names are Sydney and Shireen, and that was them.
That was them? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's funny how you know that story. It's crazy, it just brought back crazy memories.
Yeah, I mean, because I saw it. I saw them at a time when I'm thinking, and Warrington was a real skinny little guy.
Oh yeah, he's still a little bit heavy.
Yeah. So then I seen him and I said, man, these guys are moving. They're moving. But then I realized that there was a real intelligence. When I said 5 years later, 10 years later, it's like they had a game plan, they stuck to it, and we can do it too. And I say we because I'm going in my own way, but as a politician, I know the value of networking. So,
yeah. You can talk with this guy.
Yeah. There you go. So now, you talk about being a politician. I know the answer is going to be to make a change. But besides trying to make a change in your neighborhood, okay, and do something good for the people, I mean, what else inspired you to do that?
That's a long one, and it's the kind of thing that today, you got to go one-on-one and talk, because the kind of things you can say can ring hollow. Wanting to give back or make a difference. The most honest thing I can say is that you try to validate your life. What all the things you've done lead you up to a certain moment, and you say, okay, so now what? What do you do that you wake up and you want to put your pants on in the morning? Right? I mean, sometimes it's that simple. What are you doing in your life that means something? Okay, you did this, you did that, you did this right, you made this mistake. I happen to be a lawyer, and I had some breaks, but I wanted to do something for the kids. Half of my friends were in jail, went to the Army, they weren't around. I grew up in Washington Heights, and I didn't see a lot of people around me, and I wanted them to be around me. I'll give you an example. You probably know some of these statistics. Here in New York City, it costs about, as far as young people, I think we're all aware of this, we have trouble finding money in our schools. There was something called the Campaign for Fiscal Equity, a CFE lawsuit. New York City actually had to sue New York State for the money that they were supposed to receive in the public schools. It was a lawsuit. It went all the way to the United States Supreme Court. Wow. We won the lawsuit. We being New York City. We won it. Money still ain't come down. We had to sue Pataki to get the money. We won in the Supreme Court. Money still hasn't come. Meanwhile, New York City spends $54,000 a year to keep one prisoner in jail. They spent $40,000 in New York State to keep one prisoner in jail. We have 33 upstate prisons that were built in Republican state senate districts over the last 20 years. And what they are, they're an economic development program for economies that are floundering in the wake of economic and industrial and agricultural collapse. A whole bunch of farms that went under. So it's like an empowerment zone for it's like a reverse the railroad. We had an underground railroad. We have an underground railroad de sangre latina de nuestros niños aquí que van para allá arriba of black and brown people that are just feeding an upstate economy. But then they can't find the money for our schools down here. Man, that shit's wrong. That's wrong.
I agree. And you know, the same thing's going on with this lottery.
I like what he just said. He put it on, he said, that shit ain't real. That shit ain't